Hello, this is Miss Harris here to talk to you about subtracting mixed numbers using models. So, when you're trying to subtract and use your models to help you, you may have to use models to help you regroup. So, your steps are I draw the first fraction that's in front of the subtraction sign, draw it out using your models, and then your next step, the second part of the problem tells you what to cross out. When you're finished, you'll be able to see your answer. Everything that's not crossed out shows you your answer. How many holes you have left and how many pieces you have left. So let's take a look. First up, we have 2 and 5 6 minus 1 and 3 6. So really the boxes are needed, the models, are needed when this first fraction is not big enough. But you can use your models on every kind of subtraction question if you would like. So how it works, I need to look at my first whole number. It tells me how many boxes I need to start off with. Next, I look at my denominator. Remember, the denominator tells you how many pieces are in your whole. So my denominator is 6. I need to break my box into 6 parts. And remember, you can do all the way across, or you can try to double it on certain numbers so you don't have to draw so much. So I'm going to do it that way. All right, then remember, in order to show that you have a whole, your picture should be completely shaded in. Remember, when you're doing your drawings, don't shade so much that you can't see the lines that you made to break your boxes. All right, now I need to do the fraction. That's 5 6. So I need an extra box. I still should have 6 parts. And this time I'm only shading 5 because of my numerator. All right, now my picture shows me that I have 2 holes and 5 6. Now I'm ready to look at the next part of the problem here, and it tells me what to cross out because subtraction means I'm taking away. All right, so it tells me do my whole number first. Take away 1 whole. So that means I need to cross out 1 whole box. Next, I look at my fraction. It's telling me to cross out 3 pieces. All right, when you're doing your fraction, make sure you start with the last box that has just pieces. And I'm crossing out 1, 2, and 3. All right, and remember, only cross the boxes out that have shading. You don't cross out the empty because they don't count. We're only looking at what's shaded. So now I look at what's left, and that's my answer. So here we know this is 1 whole because everything is shaded in that box. And then when I look at the last box, I only have 2 parts that are still shaded. So 2, and remember, when you're adding and subtracting fractions, your bottom number stays the same. All right, try another one. Remember to press pause so that you can try it on your own, and then press play to check it work. So I'm looking at the first part of my problem. Everything in front of the subtraction sign tells me what to draw. My whole number is 3, so I need 3 boxes to start off. Look at your denominator. We have an 8, so that means we need to break our boxes into 8 pieces. 8 is a double number, so I'm going to do 4 and then break it. And remember, you're not counting the lines, you're counting the spaces. Okay, these are supposed to represent my whole number, so everything should be shaded in. Again, however you shade it in, doesn't matter, just as long as you see that you put color somewhere in the boxes. And then my fraction, I need an extra box for this fraction here. 5 eighths. So I still should have 8 complete parts. And I only need to shade in 5. Okay, now I'm ready for the next part. The second part of the problem tells me what to cross out. Whole number first. Cross out 1 whole. Then I look at the fraction. 7/8. That means I'm crossing out 7 pieces. So remember, start at the back when you're doing your fraction to cross out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I ran out of boxes, so I need to go to my next box. I stopped on 5, 6, and 7. Okay, and double count. Make sure you have enough and not too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Now we're ready to check and see what the answer is. Whatever is not crossed out, that is your answer. Again, you cannot count things that are not shaded. You can't count those. All right, so whole boxes, I still have one whole box that's still shaded. And then my pieces, I count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and my denominator always stays the same. Okay, if you're in 5th grade or 6th grade, remember you need to simplify your answer. All right, next, press pause, try it by yourself, then press play to check your work. I have my first part of my question. I need 2 whole boxes. My denominator is 10, so I'm going to do 5 and then break that apart. Okay, and to show that they are one whole, I need to shade in everything. Next, I'm ready to do my fraction, so I need an extra box. And I still break it into 10 parts. And I only shade in 2. Now, I'm ready to cross out whatever it said in the second part. So it only wants me to cross out one whole. And then it wants me to cross out 5 pieces. Remember, start with the last box to do your pieces. No more pieces in that box. Move to the next box. 3, 4, and 5. Try not to make your crosses all over the place. That way you don't miscount something. So what's left that's not crossed out, but make sure it's shaded. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, and your denominator stays the same. This time I do not have a whole box that's left over, so I don't have a whole number for this answer. All right, this one's a little different, but it works the same way. So again, whatever's at the beginning of your problem, we draw that first. All I have is a number, so I do 3 boxes. Since there's not a fraction with this whole number, we look at the other fraction to see what the denominator is. Is and how many pieces we should have. So since that denominator says 3, I'm going to break it into 3. All right, again, we're still talking about a whole number, so I need to shade all of it in. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, as long as you can see color in every box. All right, and now I'm done with the first part of the question, so I move to the second part, and it tells me what to cross out. So this one does not have a whole number, so I don't have to cross out a whole box. It just wants me to cross out 2 pieces from one of the boxes. So I started the box at the back, 1 and 2. And now I look to see what's left. All right, I have 2 whole boxes left. So I'm going to have 2 as a whole number. And then I have 1 piece left, so 1, and my denominator stays the same. So a little different. You don't need an extra box because all you have is a whole number. And then I can't start off with a box that only has pieces because all of them were whole boxes. So that's the only thing 2 things that's different than the other questions. All right, try it yourself. Press play to check it. So my first part of my problem, I have the number 1. So I only need 1 box. I don't need an extra box because the first part of my problem, there's not a fraction there. How to break my box? Look at the denominator in the problem. It says 12, so I need to break my box into 12. And I did 6 so that I can break it in half. Okay. And now that's all I need. There's not a fraction, so I don't need an extra box. Now I move to the back and it tells me what to cross out. It doesn't have a whole number in here, so I don't have to cross the whole thing out. Oh, I skipped a step. Let me shade in to show that I have one hole. Don't forget that step, because what would I be crossing out if I didn't shade it? I wouldn't be crossing anything out because nothing was shaded. You can only cross out things that are shaded. Okay? So now I'm ready to cross out, and I'm crossing out 2 pieces. 1 and 2. So how many boxes or pieces do we have left? 10, and your denominator is 12. And again, if you are 5th grade, 6th grade, remember to try to simplify your answer. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful. Here are some more practice problems that you can try on your own. If you get stuck, rewind the video and rewatch an example to see what you need to do on your paper. Hope this was helpful. See you next time.